Hey everybody, Brian Boyle here, and welcome to episode 172 of The Mesh Tongue. Welcome back. For those that may not know me, my name is Brian Boyle, and I am the host of The Mesh Tongue, and I am a physical therapist, longtime runner. Been doing this about, since I was 14, will be turning 42 in about 6 weeks here. So long time running, lots of different races, different lengths, track, cross country, marathons, you name it. Never really got into ultras, just probably because I'm not that insane. So more power to those folks that are running super long distances, more than the 26.2. I tip my hat to you because I would not do that. 3 hours of anything is plenty. I like it 2 hours plus, but that's plenty for me, and then the capacity and the mental capacity just goes out the window, and I'm on to something else. So without further ado, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you've got something specific you'd like to ask me, you email that to me at Brian, B-R-I-A-N, at company5k, that's the number 5k.com, and I'll be happy to get back to you. I appreciate all the emails, and if you have, like I said, a specific question for you, if you want to send that to me, I will get back to you within a couple hours at the very most. If it's something that I think may pertain to the vast majority of people that are watching these things, then by all means, I'll make a video about it. Today's kind of a lighter one. I've been kind of talking about a bunch of different things, but in episode 172, I want to talk to you about Cinder versus AllWeather or Mondo tracks. If you have never run on a Cinder track, then you have missed out on the pleasurable experience, and I say that with quite a bit of sarcasm, although it does hold a special place in my heart, having grown up on the Cinder track and having to go out and shovel snow in the Northeast off of the Cinder track, and then having rain where we'd have these puddles in these tracks. One of the local high schools had a D-shaped, literally like this hokey D-shape track. It wasn't even an oval track. Kind of crazy, and nobody really liked running on that. But inner city high school, what are you going to do? Especially public city or public school. That's where we grew up. That's how it was. So we'd throw in the the 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, or 3/4 inch spikes, and away you'd go, hoping for the best in the conditions. And the good thing was that everybody ran in those same conditions. So what's the difference? Well, according to Bob, and I'm going to mess his name up, and Bob, if you're listening or you're watching this, call me, all right, let's talk. Email me, Brian at company5k.com. It is Bob Skull, or Skull. I would imagine that S-C-H-U-L in his book, In the Long Run. I'm usually pretty good with names, but for whatever reason, that one just kind of is throwing me. So I'm like, call me, let's talk. In the long run, he estimates about 2 seconds per 400 meter lap, and that's one lap around the track. Difference between basically a good Cinder track and a Mondo track surface all-weather track. I've seen anywhere between 3/4 to 2 seconds difference. And again, what's crazy is Roger Bannister. Okay. Basically does what no person thinks is possible, runs a sub-4 mile, on a Cinder track. Just saying, throwing it out there. What would he have done on an all-weather Mondo surface? Who knows? Probably been competing with the folks now that are running, mid-3s for the mile. So crazy enough. But the reality of it is that the difference we're looking at, this 3/4 to 2 second track time difference based on the surfaces can be pretty significant, especially if you're adding that up to a mile or 2 miles in that realm, or even if we think about the 100 meter, right? If you could take a fraction of a second off based on that, does a 10.05 equate to a 9.73? Is that even possible? Probably not. Again, you're figuring that 2 seconds per lap, running 100, you're only a fraction. But again, conditions of the Cinder, conditions of the Mondo. So Have you had experience running on an all-weather track versus the Cinder track? I know my best previously was when I was in high school. Now this is going back to high school. I didn't ever run on a Cinder track after high school. Once I got into college, everything was Mondo track surfaces. But I went from like a 213 800 to a 207, pretty quickly within a week, and I thought that was pretty good. I mean, to drop that many seconds, going from a Cinder track to the only all-weather track that we had in our league on an 800 time. Again, as a 14-year-old freshman, to drop that much, I thought was pretty significant. And after that, I didn't really ever run the 8, only sticking to the mile and 2 mile. But I thought that was pretty significant. Now, again, would I be able to drop that many seconds from my mile time? And I didn't ever see that. But just curious as to what, starting the conversation, what have you seen? And, did you ever get a chance to run on the illustrious Cinder track, as we would like to say? It is definitely an experience. And especially, like I said, if you're having to shovel snow off or you've got these massive puddles, it's quite an interesting experience compared to the all-weathers. So there we go. If you were curious, like I said, about anywhere between 3/4 to 2 second time differential, and that again is going to be based on the track conditions. But leave those comments below. Let me know your thoughts, and tell me a story about what you did, and if you ever ran on the Cinder track. So again, episode 172 is a wrap. Please share this with your friends, family, your training partners. Whatever you do, don't go hurting yourself to come back. But until next time, this is Brian Boyle, and we'll see you again. All right, take care.